Hello, Rakesh sir. How are you doing today? Sir? Okay, sir, screen is frozen for a while. Yes, sir. There is a bit of network issue, sir, but it's fine. I think with time it will get better.
It is going on fine.
Yes. How are you doing?
It's fine over here. It is fine over here, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Oh, okay. Good.
For Corona, we have a lot of work, pending works,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
examination, aviation.
Welcome, sir. Rakesh sir, me joining is our General Manager, Karan sir. So,
Welcome, sir.
Namaskar, Rakesh sir. Good to have you
Namaskar, sir.
today.
Namaskar, sir. Namaskar, sir.
Wonderful to see Professor Principal sir.
Sumnesh sir.
Sumesh sir.
Professor Sumnesh, our buddy principal, sir. Professor Sumnesh, sir.
Sumesh sir, good morning and good to see you today, sir, on the webinar that we have been conducting. And this initiative which we have taken has helped a lot of people, especially in the student fraternity and the researchers as well. They have got some new insights which probably was not being explored or not had been seriously taken. And today we see a new set of enthusiasm in them. In fact, a lot of faculty members have come back to us stating that the webinar conducted has really opened up more avenues and horizons for more better research work which has been done now.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Karan Doval. Thanks a lot. Definitely, we will be getting a lot of interaction regarding this e-resources during this webinar.
Sir, shall we start now? With due permission from the chair.
Yeah, definitely, Pasal.
So, Spectre Principal, GDC Kathua, and today's chief guest, Professor Sumnesh Jasrotia. Today's resource persons, Mr. Karan Doval, General Manager, Balani Infotech Private Limited, Dr. Nikita Banjari, Relationship Manager and Science Communicator, Academic and Corporate in Balani Infotech Private Limited. Members of Organizing Committee for today's event, Dr. Anupama Arora, Dr. Pankaj Gupta, Dr. Ambika, Dr. Upasana Dotra, Dr. Roshan Lal, faculty of different colleges and my dear students. Warm good morning to all of you. I, on behalf of Department of Chemistry, Government Degree College Kathua, welcome all of you in today's national webinar on the topic e-resources, a gateway to search. E-resources in various forms like websites, online databases, e-journals, e-books, etc. are already available. But most of our students are not able to make best use of these e-resources. I do hope that in today's webinar, our resource persons will explain to us the type of sources, how they can be easily assessed, how we can make best use of them. Now, first of all, I would like to invite our principal, sir, to give his blessings for today's event. Our principal has always remained a source of inspiration for all of us. He has already conducted various national level and international level conferences. So, welcome, sir. Say a few words on this occasion.
Thank you. Thank you. Esteemed Head Department of Chemistry, Government Degree College, Kathua, Professor Rakesh Singh. He is also convener of this national webinar. Esteemed Mr. Karan Dobal, General Manager, Balani Infotech Private Limited. Dr. Nitika Banjari, Relationship Manager and Science Communicator, Academic and Corporate Balani Infotech Private Limited. Faculty members of Government Degree College, Kathua. Members of Organizing Committee of this national webinar. I must say a very warm welcome to all of you, particularly our distinguished guests from Balani Infotech Private Limited. And I must congratulate Professor Rakesh Singh, convener of this national webinar, for organizing this webinar on e-resources, a gateway to research, and seeking full support from Balani Infotech Private Limited for organizing this mega event. And I must convey a little bit regarding this our Government Degree College, Kathua, introduction of this because Mr. Karan Dobal and Dr. Nitika Banjari and other participants might not be knowing about this institution. This institution, Government Degree College, Kathua, it's an age-old institution. It has been established in 1961, and it is the largest institution in Jammu division of Jammu and Kashmir UT. And this institution has been accredited through NAC 3 times. And once this institution was accredited with A grade, so this institution is actually a very prestigious institution, I can say. And overall total number of 4,500 students, they are studying in this. And we are running undergraduate courses as well as PG course in one of the subjects, that is PG Geography. We are also going through this research and innovation skill center. So we are trying our best. No doubt that the project is under process, but hope soon we will be getting that. And overall, we have got 108 teaching faculty members. Total number of 175 teaching and non-teaching staff members are there in this institution, and 108 teaching staff members. And so far as these our faculty members are concerned, most of them, they are the PhDs, no doubt, and some of them, they are trying their best to get this PhD degree. And I can assure that to those who have already got a PhD, even they require a research, because this is the need of the hour. And they have to go through this API score system, and these are also the guidelines of UGC, that the research papers, they have to be published by the faculty members who are no doubt PhDs, but this is the need of the, because other they have to go through this grade based system, and then they will be moving from 6,000, 7,000, again 7,000 to 8,000, 8,000 to 9,000 grade pay, and API score is the need of the hour. And those senior faculty members who are actually associate professors, they are also need of the research, because they have to where research paper, because specifically mentioned for this interview. So everybody is in need of research, and I can say this institution, it's a better ground for going through this research and that too through e-resources. I must congratulate Professor Rakesh Singh. I must congratulate Mr. Karan Dobal for providing this golden opportunity to this prestigious institution, and Dr. Nitika Banjari as well, because every faculty member is actually wholly solely interested that they should be having research papers, maybe 1 or 2 research paper every year. That's the need of that. And I can say that so far as the information regarding this, we will be getting a lot of information from our resource persons who are actually well versed with this e-resource system. No doubt. There is one Inflip that is an information library network, and we started this InflipNet in our own institution, and it's almost 6 to 7 years back we started this one. Every faculty member was actually registered in that And then we have another system that is ILMS, and some of the needs are there. And so far as the e-resources, we can go through this Shodh Sindhu, Shodh Ganga is there, Shodh Shuddhi is there. Plagiarism, that is also one of the things that everybody is doubting that some sort of research papers might be getting through this. And Shuddhi should be there, that is a PDS, that is a software is there. Vidya Mitra, so we should be familiar with that software. Vidya Mitra is there, Vidwan is there, and Soul and IND Cat is there. So many e-resources are available, but we will be seeking, we will be getting more information from Professor K. Singh, Mr. Karan Dowell, and Dr. Neetika regarding this. So my best wishes to all of you in this national web. I must congratulate all the faculty members of Government Degree College Kathua, all the organizing members of the organizing committee for organizing this mega event, that is national webinar on e-resources. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite Karan Dowell to start the webinar. Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for handing over the session to me. I would first like to thank the Government Degree College Kathua to come forward and accept our invitation for the webinar, which relates to e-resources and how e-resources would help you in your research work, in your better writing of the thesis, articles, or dissertations. I would like to thank Principal Professor Somanesh Jasorshia, Professor Rakesh Singh, the organizing committee, all the coordinators, the esteemed faculty members, researchers, and most of all, the most important segment of our research budding students who are there with us today. It's very heartwarming to hear that Government Degree College is one of the largest institutions in the J&K region, and supporting close to about 4,500 students for better learning and education imparting. It's also wonderful to hear the qualification of the college under NAC, and the number of faculty members are stupendous. Close to about 108 faculty members, which are helping the students upskill and develop towards better citizens and research workers. It's a phenomenal task and a job that the faculty members, the principal sir, and others have undertaken so far. Now, coming on to what we have in today's session with Dr. Nikita Vanjari, is something to do with e-resources learning and how it is going to affect and help the students in their research work. E-resources, no doubt, has taken a different direction altogether ever since the COVID hit all of us, and more acceptance of looking for how to better your research, how to have more tools at hand has come into the picture. Earlier, there used to be limited resources or resources which we were not aware of, but thanks to, or you could say, the COVID came as a boon to us, where we could understand the resources which could be utilized by sitting at home. Coming to one or two resources which Dr. Nikita Vanjari would talk about, I'll just highlight why it is so important for us and why we feel so proud about it. One of them is anti-plagiarism software tool, which is called Drillbit. We take immense pleasure to present that to all our participants in webinar, because it's one Make in India product. We are a homegrown software tool which has come up in Bangalore, which we have embraced under our umbrella of Balani Group. And we want people to look at it, experience it, and then evaluate versus what is available from different countries. We have almost the similar results as what the others would come up with. And the second product which we have is Lanquil, which we are again very proud to partner with, because Lanquil again is a homegrown product. And ever since our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji has stressed upon Make in India, concept. We are looking forward to represent more such tools in coming future. Now, Langquill, as Principal Sir mentioned, learning has no limitations and foundations, and learning is an everyday experience. We want researchers to experience every day something new. And one such tool is Langquill, which is for English proficiency. No matter how good we speak, write, or listen, or react to, but there would always be a chance and scope for improvement. It is endless, and we wish that all the students take advantage of what Dr. Nikita Vanjari would present. A short introduction of Dr. Nikita Vanjari is that she comes from a background where she's done her BTech from Lakshmi Narayan Institute Technology, Nagpur, followed by her master's and doctorate in 2020 from Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai. She specializes in oils and oleochemicals and surfactants, so she is well related to the subject of chemistry. Now, that is an advantage when she talks about certain e-resources, which would really help people in the chemistry field or the research field. She also achieved a TEQIP fellowship grant for her research and has won 3 times the best poster award for her research work in international conferences. So again, people who are curious, the students and researchers who are curious to know how it can happen, she is the best bet to go to ask these questions. She has a publication under her name, and she has also worked as a research assistant in ICT. She was a visiting faculty in DY Patil, Navi Mumbai, and a scientific curriculum specialist for US-based journal called Jove. We are happy that Dr. Nikita Vanjari is part of Balani Infotech as a science communicator, academic and corporate, and she has been really taking this mission forward to give people a chance to understand how e-resources would change their entire positioning of their thesis, articles, and dissertations. So handing over the session to Nikita Vanjari to please take it forward from here. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll start the session, sir.
Yes, ma'am. You can start. Yes, ma'am.
I'll start with sharing my screen. Okay. So I'm doing it in a presentation mode here. Good morning and a very warm welcome to all the participants. I can see there are esteemed faculty, research scholars and budding scholars who are joining in, and it is my pleasure, Balani Infotech's pleasure, to conduct this webinar at such esteemed college, government degree college in Kathua. And it's our pleasure to host it in Jammu and Kashmir and such parts of the world. And because of webinar, we are able to do it. So I am very grateful for this, session. Sir has given a kind introduction, and with that brief, it is, I have done my PhD in 2020. So it's very fresh, and I must tell you, I have done my PhD from Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai, a very elite, very elite colleges, very elite institute. However, what exists in our library as an e-resource, sometimes we take it for granted. I regret, that maybe all the e-resources that are available, if I knew, I knew some, but if I knew this, with the help of this kind of sessions, if I knew, would my research impacted? Of course, it would have made a great change. Let me tell you, I have written for PhD, we have to write scholarships, for fellowship, we have to write applications, and for submitting a research idea in UGC, there are various UGC scholarships and fellowships. I got selected in multiple scholarship. I received various poster awards. But where my struggle was in writing a good quality research paper. So everybody has their struggle areas. this e-resource webinar will help you in whatever struggle or it will be just like a guidance. These objectives are basically keeping in mind what would be needful. Let me tell you, e-resources, n number of e-resources are available. This session will give you an understanding of, okay, you can just relate to it. When you know about one plagiarism detection web tool, you can relate it to different web tools that you will come across. We will start with overview of Balani Infotech Private Limited exclusive product. When I'm talking about exclusive product, publication exists, elsewhere, and Springer. We partner with them and we work for this publication. We get exclusive rights, in distributing, in talking about this product. Our office is based in Noida and I am working from Maharashtra, Mumbai. So basically this is how great, great exposure we get with this webinar. Then dissemination of research, dissemination, effective spreading of research. Why we are doing our research? Of course, we want to communicate. If our research is just bound to our thesis, then only we will know it, our research guide will know it, and people who are going to maybe read in future will know it. But if you spread your research in terms of publication, nowadays UGC is saying that it is not mandate to publish a paper. But don't you think if you do not write your research article, a review article, your research idea will not be communicated? Then web tools for your organization, whatever e-resources are available in your library, whatever e-resources you utilize for your dissemination of research, effective spreading of research, that will make a great impact, in spreading. How to improve quality of your research paper, we will talk about that. Stay connected with Balani Infotech. How to do that, we will talk. When I am, it's a some in-house announcement that when I am speaking, I cannot see any chat option, interactions. We will have some discussion, like 5-10 minutes discussion where you can ask questions if there are any towards the end of the session. However, you can keep interacting in chat box. If there are any questions, please put it in chat box. I'll reach out to you even after the session. I will email to you. So with your email ID, write it in the chat box. And if there is any internet disturbance, kindly communicate, sometimes internet, I am not able to see if the internet is properly, smoothly working. If any technical problem prolongs, please communicate me. Moving ahead, also, I would like to tell you that we have 2 quiz questions today. These quiz questions are very interesting, are just to make it more interesting and to give you a brief about e-resources. If you answer both of them correctly, along with your e-certificate, we will give you appreciation in that for answering quiz questions rightly. It is our initiative, it is our new approach in making such session more interesting and interactive. So in next 1 hour, I will give you 2 quiz questions. We will keep it on for 30 seconds and you have to answer both of them correctly to get appreciation in your e-certificates that will be coming to you via email. Balani Infotech Private Limited, Balani is an entrepreneurial venture of our managing director, Kailash Balani. A picture for you of iGroup Infotech India Private Limited. We started our Aditya books in 1987. Then Balani Infotech Private Limited and iGroup Infotech started in the year 2001 and 2008. So when we are talking about e-resource, because we are associated with so many publishers, that is why I can do this, I can conduct. If there is only one publication talking about their product, no, because we are associated with so many publishers, we can talk about so many e-resources and web tools with you. So we are here from 30 plus years and we have 60 global publishers. We are associated with 60 global publishers and we have more than 5,000 clients. Moving ahead, which are the web tools we are associated with? Plagiarism is such a buzzword. times like now, when everything is available online, it's your chances of easily doing the copy pasting or interpretation, paraphrasing, it increases. Sometimes people do it intentionally, sometimes unintentionally happens. You are writing, you're thinking about this research idea, okay, let me do my literature survey, then you will see that this already exists. But when will that happen? If you have proper exposure to that particular idea, you will publish a similar paper and you will see, of course, it's not plagiarized, but the citation and the impact that your research idea will make, it will be less because somebody has already done it 5 years back. So that exposure is very much important. Intentionally, unintentionally, plagiarism can take place. Checking it from a proper software, very important. Drillbit is one such. I have even utilized Drillbit for my research article and found a great difference between freely available software that you find on Google when typing about plagiarism detection software, and Drillbit, a subscription-based software. Makes a whole lot of difference, and it's a very good product. We will talk about that. Language. Now, English is very important for communication, like it or not, for poster presentation, for writing a scientific article. English is important, especially during poster presentation. I am sure we all know English enough to communicate. Yet, if you want to brush up your skills in writing a proper paper, you can do that using Language. Again, Language and Drillbit are our own partnered products. We provide trials for both the products. So if you are interested, if your college is interested, we will provide trial for Drillbit and Language. You can use it and you can just see the difference in your quality of article. Another is Clarivate. It is a global leader in providing data, insights, and analytics. Why we are concerned for Clarivate? Because of impact factor. We all know about this terminology, impact factor. We all know about Web of Science database. The quality, Web of Science papers, the quality of papers in Web of Science, it's great. And impact factor. Clarivate is the company that calculates impact factor. It gives impact factor to each of the paper. And when it gives that impact factor, if that article, if that journal is available in Web of Science database, then only you can get a proper impact factor. So how it happens, we will talk about that. Another are publications. I am talking about literature survey. When we do our PhD, we start with literature survey so that we come up with a novel idea. We do our research. At that time, we go ahead and find different articles online. But you should find those articles from good indexed, Web of Science indexed papers coming from leading authors from Harvard and Ivy League colleges and all the esteemed institute and universities. This publication one should always refer. I know government degree college is so multidisciplinary, from biotechnology to computer science. It has a diverse portfolio. Similarly, we will be talking about publications. Now, when I'll be talking about these publications one by one, every time I will unfold some key points that will help you in your research. Otherwise, it will be like, every publication will be similar. I will unfold some certain points that will be helpful for you in accessing this e-resources to best of its capability. ACS is multidisciplinary, physics, chemistry, bio. APS is publication related to physics. American Psychological Association, impacted by psychology. AAAS is a very esteemed journal, publication for science and engineering. Then mathematics. Mathematics also has its impact. If you want to know more about the equations, if you want to know how you can add value to your research paper by adding mathematical, help to it. SciM, you can do that by doing by mathematical publications. Again, the quality of the paper increases. Why? Because if somebody is reading your paper, they will trust. With so much of analysis, so much of mathematical calculation, the editor will trust your paper and your paper will get accepted. Then there are different publication platforms. Project Muse for humanities and social science, one platform. It exists. This platform, on this platform, you will get 800 plus journals. Everything and anything related to, maximum information related to humanities and social science, everything will come on one particular platform. The accessibility, the exposure, it is easier. So such platforms also exist. Another such is World Library. Similarly, on one particular platform, thousands and lakhs of books are available covering all the subject area in the form of ebooks. Another is Edward Elgar. This is for law and economics related subjects. Moving ahead, let us quickly talk about why e-resources are so important. Why? The root cause. We want to disseminate the research. We want to do effective communication. Why? Because if we do the effective communication, then what will happen? We will make social, political and economical changes. That is why we are doing our research, right? To bring certain change. And when we bring that change, people are going to read our paper. People will cite our paper. That's how we will make an impact. So how are the ways we disseminate our research? By writing an article, a very great way for a global exposure. Another is by poster presentation. We go attend conferences, exchange your ideas. That is how dissemination of research happens in academics. The most global way to do that is by writing all these articles. First, exist are review articles. What is review articles? These are, again, if you write a review article under your name, the citation increases, because review is like a comprehension and summary of particular idea. You're reading, when you're doing your literature survey, I am sure you're reading n number of papers. Now, when you have so much of information, you're ready to write a review article. So writing a review article, I also have one review article and I get good citation. More than original research, you get good citations for review articles. So when you are doing your literature survey, try to write a review article. It will be that's the, very hot point to write a review article. It's a comprehensive summary of research on a certain topic. You're searching on certain topic, you have so much understanding, you can write a brief understanding in your own version. Now that is how your thought process you can write in terms of review article. Another is original research. As the name says, original research means a manuscript that you are writing to publish a data in the form of, you write abstract, you write introduction, then you write materials and methods, discussion, results, and acknowledgement. This is a format of manuscript for original research, and original research is most commonly a common way to represent a novel idea. However, case studies also exist. Now, what is case studies? Case study, as the name suggests, it is an entire case you are studying for a particular topic where you are expressing something phenomenal change. When you are trying to express or that for a particular topic, a phenomenal change has been reported, that you have to report, then you are ready to write a case study. In PhD, you can also write a case study for a particular topic. That is like a more elaborated version of your research, writing a case study. Methodologies also exist. Now, most of the time when we are doing our research, we kind of, twist and turn that particular methods for conducting our research. We bring a certain methodology, a new methodology. You can report that. What is methodology? These articles present new experimental method or modification of existing method that you can do by methodologies. So again, what latest methodologies are existing, make sure to Yes. Okay, there was some audio. I feel it's by mistake. Another is guidelines to write a proper research article, or maybe you are writing case study, review articles, whatever you are writing, how to write it properly. I have attended so many webinars, and that is why I come up with this short guidelines. But before that, let me tell you what is a peer review process, why it is so important. Nowadays, so many e-resources, millions of articles exist, so you must scrutinize. Now every other paper, if gets existed, the quality of research idea will be hampered. We don't want that. So how, that is why the peer review process exists. What happens when you are submitting a research paper in a particular publication? What happens first? You submit a paper in particular publication, then editor, they will check the paper first. When you submit a paper, it comes to editor. Now editor will see, is your paper written according to the guidelines of that particular publication, and is your paper relevant? This particular preliminary brief editor will do. If your paper is suitable for the particular journal, the editor will forward it to the reviewer, or your paper will get rejected within few days of submission. So if you feel after submitting, will your paper get accepted or not? Keep in mind, if editor feels that this paper is suitable, he will keep it with him for few weeks, like 1 to 2 weeks. If he keeps it, checks it, and doesn't respond, it means your paper is gone to reviewer. If just he responds saying it's rejected, it will be done in few days. After that, your manuscript goes for peer review. It goes to different reviewers. After that, the reviewers will give you major, minor, what kind of revision, rejection, the reason for rejection. And after that, if it's rejected, it's rejected. If they are asking for revision, you can do the revision, send them back, they'll again check it. And even sometimes, you keep your hopes high that, okay, reviewer has given me revision, it means my paper will get accepted. No, again, it's 50-50. After revision, your paper might get accepted, and there is also a chance of rejection. So it's a very lengthy, year-long process of writing a research article. If you block a research article in particular publication and after 1 year it gets rejected, that is why. Keep in mind these guidelines so that your chances of rejection are less. Always, it should be a novel. When you are writing a paper, you are looking for novel research idea, ask yourself, do intensive literature survey to safeguard yourself that your idea is really novel. Ask the questions of how, why, and what. Make an outline of your research. It's not a one-day process nor 1 month process. It takes years. So write a proper outline, have that brief in your devices, in your notebooks, so that sometimes what happens, somebody publishes a paper in midst of your public conducting your research. If somebody does that and you see you have an outline, you can make that U-turn. Otherwise, you will have a setback. It happens. It happened with me because I feel, okay, this is a great idea, I'm going to publish it, but somebody in between, the same is published, same concept is published. Then what new you can do? Having outline, very important. Data is considered as building blocks. Now what happens, we pile, during our literature survey, we pile with so much of information. Keep what is required, eliminate what is not required from the start. Keep that in mind, otherwise you will be under piles of data and you'll confuse yourself. So make it a habit. Wherever I go, be it ACS, elsewhere, Springer, they all are saying, write a simple paper. We feel, okay, let me do this, let me do that, let me make it like complicate the paper doing so much. No, one topic, do a detailed study, write all the analysis, so that the editors believe. Now nobody is going to replicate the same analysis in their lab and then accept your paper. Everything will be accepted if you have properly given analysis on your paper. So make that and make it attractive. That's how you know the trailer of a movie. If it's attractive, then only you will go to watch a movie. Otherwise, you will feel okay, not interested in this movie. I'm not going to book the tickets. So make it attractive. Read publication templates and guidelines, very, very important. Do not take it lightly, because if the paper is not written according to that particular publication in which you are submitting, editor will reject it, and it causes, like, even you will get demotivated, as there are so many e-resources available nowadays. Anybody, for a little bit of money, it's easy to create a website. Anybody can do that. So there has to have a certain checklist for selecting a journal. First is ISSN number. Check ISSN number. Then if it comes in the predatory journal list, every in certain time, UGC always gives this list of predatory journal. Check if that journal is there or not, because sometimes it feels very authenticated, and especially the budding researchers who are publishing the paper for the first time, they will get trapped in this. So it's important for them. If you after a while you just know it, but when you're doing it for the first time, this checklist will help you. How their web page looks like, web page and domain, check that. The editorial information, very important. Check in that particular publication who are the editors. That will add trust that particular publication, because sometimes some publication are here from 50 years, 70 years, 20 years, 100 years, then you can trust. But if a publication is very new, like within 10 years, then you really need to check the editorial information. Maybe that publication is new, it's a good publication, but check editorial information, it will give you all the idea. Standard of the published paper, check what kind of paper. If it's a new paper, definitely, as I said, if it is from 50-70 years, they will maintain the integrity of published paper. But if it is a new publication, if it is a fake publication, you can understand it by the quality of published paper. How? There will be no alignment, there will be so many spelling mistakes. The first paper, the first page will look different, the second page will look different, clumsily written. DOI and ORCID ID are individual URL given to author. So if any paper has this, you can trust it. The most important criteria is indexing. Web of Science. Clarivate's Web of Science is an indexing platform. Indexing what? It doesn't mean the database. It comes under the database of Web of Science. If any publication is coming in the database of Web of Science, blindly just go for it. Another database, Scopus. But with Scopus, what happens is sometimes the paper stays here, there, the journal stays in Scopus for a while. I don't know if you have come across this or not, but after 5 years, if the impact factor gets reduced, the quality of the journal gets reduced, the Scopus removes that particular journal. This happens with Scopus. But with Web of Science, the scrutiny of including a particular publication, including a particular journal in Web of Science database is such rigorous process that the publication will not be removed from the database indexing of Web of Science. So that high reputation, anybody from Harvard, from Ivy Leagues, you will find their article in Web of Science. They will never go for Scopus index paper. So that is how the scenario is. Then article processing charges or typographical error, look for, they are only behind the money. Sometimes you publish a paper, you receive, when you are in the publishing process, you will receive some emails. Our journal is there, publish it, it's a good quality journal, comes in the Scopus. Don't believe, check in indexing, check and then publish it. Also, they will say we have this much money and then we will publish it. So don't do that. Okay, let me show you this. This you can see indicators of journal quality. This comes in ACS Author Lab. Now, ACS, American Chemical Society, is a publication. Their free article information is shared via article in the terms of ACS Author Lab. Here again, freely you can read what are the indicators of journal quality to know more about the journal. Peer review, what are the audiences, how is the discoverability after publishing in your particular journal, what is the reputation, what is the editorial board. Again, freely available in ACS Author Lab. Just type ACS Author Lab in Google, you will be redirected easily. Moving ahead, this is the general structure of an original research article. Let me give you some key points that will help you in writing an article very precisely. Title, abstract, and keywords. Keep in mind, title, short, precise. Abstract, again, it's like a trailer of the entire paper. Make it interesting with properly mentioning about what is the concept of the paper, what is the methodology, and everything in the brief. Everything should be put in brief in the abstract. However, keywords are very important. One must understand that whenever anybody is going to read your paper, abstract freely available. So that is why make sure your abstract, you have invested your time where you explain background, aim of the research question, brief summary, key results, and conclusion. Everything properly in abstract. Another is keywords. What happens whenever you are searching any article, you will keep in mind a keyword like extraction of oils, extraction of sunflower oil, because I am from oil background. So these kind of keywords only you are going to type. So make sure particular keywords are there in your research article. Sometimes synonyms of particular extraction, synonyms are also available. What happens in advanced search option that I'll show you, keywords are utilized. Sometimes, for example, adolescents and youth, both are same. If you are using youth in your paper, the adolescent concept will not come up. So make sure you write all those keywords in your paper. So if anybody is searching, your paper will come up. Another is introduction. Again, detailed, you have to write the background, necessity, problem, contribution. Introduction is that particular area where references are majorly given. Now, when you're putting references, because most of the time people are asking, refer the recent research, or sometimes, reference manipulation also happens. How? If particular journal, if you have referred a paper from that particular journal, they say that, okay, we will accept your paper if you write references from our research, our own publication. That happens. Do not do this kind of manipulation. However, in introduction, make sure to write and give proper references to avoid any sort of plagiarism. In figures, maintain figures and tables, properly write down good graphics. It's very important. Whichever image you're putting should have good quality. Otherwise, they will say again that your image is not good. Please put a good quality image. There is also in guidelines what should be the image quality, it is given. So in guidelines, do check that. See, all these points will be very important if you're publishing in good quality journal. If you're doing that, these points are the points you should consider. Otherwise, it will get rejected. Again, in tables and figures, you do not have to, in that whole section, you do not have to discuss about results. That you have to do in discussion of the results. In figure and tables, just write down and maintain the good graphics. Again, then we have methods and results here as well. In methods, what refer methodology, what novel methodologies have come up, what is the recent methodology for doing particular extraction or analysis, what are they? And method are the particular area where editors are precisely looking. Why? Method should be valid. It should have the proper validity. It should be reliable and it should be reproducible. What happens? You write a particular method, then there are the new researchers who are doing the same thing. If the results are not, if they follow the particular method and they do not find the results reproducible, they will write it to editor saying that this is not reproducible. If they receive this so many complaints, your paper can be removed from that particular publication. That happens. So make sure to write valid, reliable, and reproducible. Then in discussion, you have to discuss the result. Don't discuss the result in methods and results section. Discuss it properly in detail, showing the novelty of your work. And in conclusion, you conclude your research, why it will be, impactful from giving few points. Acknowledgement and reference, again, a very important section to avoid plagiarism. Citation means giving proper referencing. Citation, it is called citation, means giving proper references. So you should do proper citation, write proper referencing to avoid plagiarism. Moving ahead with this page, we have come up to the first poll quiz question that I have for you. But look at this slide. Ronald Kessler is somebody who is highly cited. He comes from Harvard Medical School and so many citations. So this is how Google Scholar, in Google Scholar, if you just type the name of the author, it will come up. So an author should have proper research article that comes in Google Scholar. If you write in any predatory journal, they will not mention on this platform. Even your article is there, but the Google Scholar, this is the most lowest bar of, giving, I would say, analytical of particular author, giving analysis of particular author. So at least your paper should be considered in Google Scholar. If it is predatory, you won't have the citation. Then above that is their Scopus, and highest is Web of Index for giving those citation. H index and I-10 index is given to an individual. It's an individual metrics of an author. So again, you can see here. With this, we have come up to the first poll question. I will launch the first question on your screen. You will see this question again. If you Google, I'll leave it for a few seconds so that you are just able to read the question. I have launched it. Now you can see on your screen, the journal impact factor was first coined by, these are your options: Eugene Garfield, Jared De Sola Prize, Alan Pritchard, and George E. Hirsch. I will leave for 30 seconds because you can just Google it and you will get the answer. So let's be, loyal to ourselves and give the answers within 15 more seconds. We have received very less participation. If you need your certificate, please participate. I will do that for another few seconds. Okay, I have to mute. Okay, so I will leave it for a few more seconds so that everybody participates. Okay, where did it go? Yeah. What minimized? Let me see.
Hello.
I am sorry for this. I think I minimized to mute the audio, and this is how I lost the track of the question. However, we will do that again. Sorry. However, we were going to keep it for a few seconds. So I think that was enough. So I hope you would have answered the question. And what was the answer to it? It is just to have that additional information, share additional information with you. Now, journal impact factor is a bibliometric tool first coined by Eugene Garfield in 1955. And it's historically used for librarians to, have the proper ranking of scientific disciplines. And nowadays it is widely considered. Now, let me tell you about Eugene Garfield. He is a computer scientist, and at the same time, and linguistic and bibliometric. He is the founder of bibliometrics and scientiometrics, so like a father of bibliometrics and scientiometrics, and he coined the word impact factor. And from there, it started in 1955. So moving ahead, different roles you might have seen in the earlier section, that here you can see there are so many authors in one particular paper. It's I won't say it's like 100% you always need it, but it is very valuable to add so many authors. You can see he's from medical school, from Harvard, so many citations, yet there are so many authors. Why it happens? Because each author has different level of contribution, and that is how you get that intellectual piece, a novel piece, a prestigious piece of an article, when so many authors are contributing. Now let's talk upon the different role of that particular author. I have taken this information from, you can see the link below, Web of Science Academy. Now, of course, I share this information, but there is a free resource that is called Web of Science Academy. You get certified. Just type Web of Science Academy. There are different courses. If you take those courses, which was the course I have taken, Introduction to Ethical Publishing Behavior, because I wanted to know this information. I have taken this course. I am certified for taking this course from Web of Science Academy. So definitely take the course, give answers to the question, and you will get certified from Web of Science, a free course. So there I have taken this information from there. If there are 4 authors, you can have n number of authors, but don't have too many authors. Then the value of contribution from each author will get reduced. Also, the H index gets calculated, H index, I-10 index gets calculated among the authors. If there are many, your the metrics will be reduced. So don't have many, add only whatever are valuable to the particular research. So first can add value to concept and design of the paper. Another author can do the sample and data collection. The third author can do data analysis and interpretation, and fourth can do writing. Yes, you can do that. The fourth person can do writing, and this is the way you add value to one particular article. That is why in so many times you must have seen the publication asks for conflict of interest. Why? Because if there are so many authors, there are chances of having conflict of interest. Another is, what does it mean for an author to get published? You stay here, we all have a shelf life, but your article will always remain in public domain forever. So make sure your intellectual contribution is significant. And again, for the intensive research work, the accountability and accuracy and integrity of your work will only add to that intellectual contribution. You must always see in a research article, there is a star mark for corresponding author. I used to always feel as a research scholar, does that star add an extra value or extra weightage? Being a corresponding author, is it a bigger thing because I am the first author? But no, it's an equal contribution. However, if somebody wants to communicate with the journal or at any point after the publication, as I've said, if somebody comes up saying that this particular method is not reproducible, they will reach to the editor. Editor will contact to the corresponding author. So that is the role of corresponding author. And with this, we start with web tools for your organization. We talked about plagiarism detection. Intentionally, unintentionally, it can happen. Freely available softwares are there, but you should not utilize those freely available software. Why? Because they are not based upon latest AI and machine technologies. Maybe the freely available tools would be saying that it is 100% unique. But when you check and drill bit, they will give you the real picture. Why? Because it has latest AI and machine learning technology to detect Another important factor is the database that it holds. We will talk about that. Drill bit plagiarism detection and prevention tool. 5 years, a very recent launch product, yet we have good renewal rates, most affordable, made in India, and it also covers Indian languages. If you are thinking of writing it in your own language, no other tool is designed having so many languages as Drillbit has. It has scanned so many pages and 27,000 global users and happy clients. We provide free trials for Drillbit and Langquill. You can see on this slide plagiarism. In 1977, there is no such yellow bar, but in 2011, again, this information is taken from Web of Science Academy free course. Take that course, get certified. From there, I have taken this information. For my surprise, why? Because e-resources are available at one click. Everything is available at one click. Chances of getting plagiarized, chances that if you are not doing it intentionally, but unintentionally, if you do it, might happen because so many databases available online, so many data is available that somebody can claim it is plagiarized. So make sure to check your research article from plagiarism detection software. You can see it is only 2011 data. We are like 10 years ahead of this particular. So I am sure this bar would only increase. What happens if somebody claims your paper can get retracted in scientific, publication languages? It is called retracted. They make sure to write this in that publication that your paper is being retracted. Why? Somebody claims that this is not a proper work. Editor-in-chief has retracted, identified lack of empirical data and lack of testing of proposed model. So make sure if you're publishing it in a good publication, people will read it. When people will read it, they will come with so much of arguments. This is style of referencing. How to avoid plagiarism is by giving references. These are referencing style: MLA, APA, Chicago, Harvard, and Vancouver. Most common styles of writing references. Every publication has their own style of it. APA being American Psychological Association being the most common one. And what these references are doing, they are providing this information about author, date, item, title, source title, and DOI. So make sure you reference. Also, most of the time, if you're not referencing it properly, it will come that the references are not properly styled. It will come from editor. So make sure. Again, a software, if it has good content coverage, then only it will be checked from so much of a database, then only the results will be authenticated. That is why we have good content coverage. This is also missing in freely available tools. So many of billion of web pages, thesis and dissertation, publishers, journal. When you put an article in this, then it checks through. Recently, Inflibet theses of 35,000 are considered in Drillbit repositories. Type drillbitplagiarism.com is the website if you want to explore this. Again, features make or break any product. This has great features of repositories, proper management, distinguished, to be hassle-free. Again, exclusion as per UGC policy, grammar software integration, different languages, paraphrasing, it can check. And after checking, it provides proper feedback and scoring. We will talk about Langquill. As I said, like it or not, for communication, for brushing your skill, for just helping, it is a proper certification course, online language lab. I am not subscribed to this yet. If somebody wants to explore this, the information is shared in this one particular platform. You can practice your learning, speaking, writing skills, and register now, or we can provide a free trial as well. Get certified, get that confidence, enhance your comprehension. You can pick and choose right word and build the impeccable grammar. And it is recognized and recommended by NEET and ACE AICTE. Again, listening, reading, writing, and speaking are the skills that it will brush up. As I have said, on one particular platform, if you're not even, it's not subscription based, but you can go ahead in language.com. In that one particular software, information related to adjectives. If you just type adjective in Google, and then everything will come up. But on this platform, in very brief, everything covers, about adjective, adverb. So you can just go and read about that. If you will give that test, then you will get certified. And for that, you should have subscription. But you can go ahead and brush up your skills. That will be very helpful in writing and communicating. Again, real-time grammar analysis check is this particular feature. Nowadays every software is having grammar writing helping tool. Drillbit plagiarism detection also has. When you put a paper, it will also help give you the grammar correction. But if you're using Language, it will tell you why you were wrong. It will guide you in a way that you are learning in the entire process. So again, it's an AI enabled and great features are available. Moving ahead, we talked about Clarivate. Now, Clarivate is an American traded company, and this is a subscription-based service. It in the area of scientometrics, bibliometrics, we talked about Eugene Garfield. But in academics, it calculates, it's very well known for calculating impact factor and having different products like Web of Science, EndNote, ScholarOne. It's a bold entrepreneur venture, a life-changing for researcher. It provides this solution. In research publishing solution, what happens, as we have discussed, ties with the publisher. If any publication is under Web of Science database, it will not go away anytime soon. Research discovery and workflow solution. What happens? It helps you with the tools like Web of Science, EndNote. Again, Clarivate company provides that. Another is research analytics and evaluation management solution. In that, where the funding should be directed, we have so much of funding. Where is the need of the hour to direct that particular funding? Now, let me tell you, Clarivate was formed in 2017. Web of Science exists from 70 plus years. In 2017, Clarivate was formed. It purchased different products, like it owned ProQuest in the year 2021, and it owned Web of Science in the year 2017. And let me correct, Clarivate was formed in 2016. It procured Web of Science in 2017. This is how, in such a short span, Clarivate has such huge esteemed product under its umbrella. This is how any login process looks like. Now, from this slide, I want to tell you that, okay, your e-resources are available in your library, but if your digital object is not IP authenticated, internet protocol authenticated, until that, you will not be able to access that e-resource freely. So your device should be IP authenticated. First of all, go to your library, ask what are the e-resources, get that IP authentication in your computer or laptop, and then utilize this resource. Or you can utilize this resource from your e-resources from the facilities that are available in your library devices. So make sure to do that. Some software like Drillbit, they provide you a user ID and password. Then you have to type user ID and password, you can access them. One such product is remote access. We were dealing with remote access in previous times. With remote access, what happens? You just use that particular software and you can access that like Clarivate from out of campus as well, from anywhere. So that is also available. That remote access software is also available. We have seen how huge Web of Science databases. Now with two databases, Web of Science has millions of records. That's why they have divided it into two different databases: Social Science Citation Index and Science Citation Index Expanded. SCIE and SSCI are the two indexes from which it calculates impact factor. So your publication journal should come under this particular database to calculate impact factor. Now let me tell you how much content is available in this database. In Science Citation Index Expanded, there are 92,000 journals from 178 scientific disciplines, and how much of 53 million records are available. So this much of information, 53 million of article information is available. Similarly, for Social Science Citation Index, 34,000 journal is available and 9.3 million record. Now, similarly, Scholar One, you all know, whenever you write a paper, upload a paper, that gateway opens up to fill in information. That is called Scholar One. It is workflow management system. 1/3 of world's research is published to Scholar Management. When you publish a paper, it asks you for the title of the paper, for writing the abstract, for filling in your information. You can do that by Scholar One. Again, a Clarivate product. EndNote is a patented that helps save researchers' time. It is utilized for reference management. If you write a references in your manually, it takes time. If you change it, some error can happen. But utilizing reference management software, it always save time and make it very accurate. Now, Web of Science Academy, I talked about it before. Please enroll. Just type in Google, enroll it, and get certified. Clarivate's Institute of Scientific Information, since 1964, the main initiative of them is to maintain the integrity is creating Web of Science. So Institute of Scientific Information did that. Moving ahead, indexing, where to find, SCI journal is the indexing. However, mjl.clarivate, you can also just type master journalist and this will open up. This is designed for, for anybody. If you want to publish a paper and you want to look what are the journals that are indexed in Web of Science, you can easily do that from here. I'm telling you, SCI journal indexing is one indexing of Web of Science, but this is designed also a very new launch where you can again do the same thing to find out. If you're doing the literature survey, you can find out what article comes from Web of Science. And if you're in the process of publishing, you can type here any journal word or title word. Those, journals will come up and you can then go ahead and publish the paper. These are the different products that Web of Science is related to. We talked about in brief of this particular section. Moving ahead, I wanted to do the second poll here, but okay, then this comes up. I don't know the screen. Okay. I have wanted to do the second poll. 37 participation is there for the first poll. I'll end this. And now I am launching the second question. Now, again, the second question before getting into publication, when was the first academic journal published? We all want to know about, we talk about academic publication in such a depth, but when was the first paper published? Let's discuss more on that. So again, okay, I am launching this. Now, when was the first academic journal published? Was it the year 1675, 1665, 1645, 1655? I just know that it's a very tricky question, but you can just try your attempt so that we all come to know that which was the right year. Now, please, this poll, because the earlier I wanted to mute some noise was coming and it got minimized, but I will keep this for a few more seconds. And then we will talk more about, and another half an hour, please stay with me. We will quickly go through all the publications together very quickly. Okay, 5 seconds to go. Please participate if you want that appreciation, writing the correct answer. Okay, 5, 4. Just type anything. Just type anything. Participate. 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. And the year is 1665. Half of the participation I have received, and most of them have answered correctly, to my surprise. First issue was published in January 5th, 1665, in the Journal of Philosophical Transaction. So Philosophical Transaction is the publication name, and the journal des Scavences. It's a French journal, and they published it in 1665. So over 350 years of scientific publication. Now let me tell you why 350 years. This Philosophical Transaction is a particular publication of the Royal Society, and the Royal Society was formed back in that year. So over 350 years of publication with Royal Society exists. Moving ahead, American Chemical Society is the first journal. Now we all talk about publication so much. Let me give you few insights that will be helpful. American publication is the world's most trusted, most cited publication, and it was first published in the year 1876. And the first publication was in the year 1879. And it is the most cited, you can see here, most cited journal in chemistry according to 2020 Clarivate's report. Now again, Clarivate is giving, we all discussed, Clarivate is giving that reports. 171 million journals have been accessed in 2020, and 148,000 authors have published in 2020. But when we are talking about any publication, it has diverse portfolio. Now see, the theme is chemistry and chemistry related area. So what are those area impacted, and what those area ACS covers? Agriculture, food, environment, biotech, pharma, education, safety, electronics, energy, transportation, healthcare, material science. These are the areas. However, ACS has 65 plus journals. Now, with this, I want to highlight. So many editors have said this point, and I want you to understand, if you want to publish in ACS, make sure you are publishing it in right journal. If you're publishing the content of macromolecules in ACS chemical neuro, thinking, yes, your paper is great, but it is not directed towards the right journal, and it is not, responsibility of the publication. It is the responsibility of author to publish it in the right particular journal. If your article is great, but if it is not related to the journal, it will get rejected. So as this has 65 plus journal, make sure to publish it in right paper, for any publication. Now, the very first journal, Journal of American Society, still has great impact factor. 2020, it has 15, Chemical Review has 60, ACS Nano 15, and many such journals have great impact factor. Now, I want to highlight, we are calculating 2021 impact factor. How impact factor is calculated? Now we are getting into the end of 2022, and now 2022 results will be out. But why? How impact factor is calculated, and in 2022 why we consider 2021 results, we will talk about that, and we will discuss more on how impact factor. However, journal is not about just reading. They provide different products and services to benefit their community, make use of it. One such is ACS ebooks. These ebooks, on the go you can read, like library, one book is available. Sometimes somebody is reading, we do not have access to it, but with ebooks, that is not the issue. After IP authentication, freely accessible. So 1600 ebooks are there, covers almost every discipline, and written by work containing 41 Nobel laureates. One such designed product of ACS is ACS in Focus. Now 50 online books are available in ACS Focus, where if you want to, now this such products are available, that's, it's interesting to know that 4 to 6 hours you can finish one ACS in Focus book, online book. These both are in online format. If you just want to know multidisciplinary concept, if you are reading something in your research, taking some idea, ACS in Focus is the great way. Now, when one particular publication offers so much, ACS has designed Solution Center. Visit solution.acs.org. Now, if you feel logging on ACS, you're struggling to access the website, then use this solution for every organization, where there is option, based on this, you can see research area and who you are. Like if you are a faculty, if you are a librarian, if you are a research scholar, based on your profession, you can access this resource. What will happen? Maximize the impact of your institutional subscription. If you are subscribed to ACS and you struggle getting maximum usage because complicated to reach what we were looking for, Solution Center will help you and open the page based on your profession. Moving ahead, free resources, freely available resources. Every publication has such. One such is ACS Guide to Scholarly Communication. These are free to read, written by editors. Go and just type ACS Guide to Scholarly Communication. These are articles that will give you confidence in writing a research article. If you feel like, where should I find guidance? I am just writing a paper. Where will I find that guidance? Use these resources. I am sure written by experts and contains lot of information in digital version, free to read. Another is ACS Reviewer Lab. I am sure Reviewer Lab is to understand more the insights of how your paper will be reviewed, getting that idea what a reviewer is checking in your paper. Another is Author Lab. If you're writing a paper, it will prepare you to write a good paper. It's free and the duration in 1 to 2 hours you can finish it. Register yourself in ACS. Such interesting, recently I have debunked publishing myths. Free live webinars are there. ACS also comes on campus and conducts sessions, but that might not happen soon. It's a time consuming. So free webinar. Chem Archive. Here, if you are thinking of publishing your paper and you are confused that, okay, retraction, plagiarism, what not happens in times like now. Chem Archive is a platform where unpublished paper you can upload and let it be there for a while, and people will give you feedback on your paper. With that feedback, you can revise your paper and submit so that your chances of getting accepted will increase. Another is ACS Institute, product line is ACS Institute. To register and have this amazing online course, Chemistry for Non-Chemists, free course. You are from chemistry background, I am sure this all will be very helpful for you because ACS is chemistry related. So again, Chemistry for Non-Chemists is coming November 15th. Register yourself and online it's live and it will be free. So I am going to definitely attend. In this publishing section, keep in mind, every journal has their own publishing center, but the important criteria here I want to highlight is read their guidelines, read their templates. That is the best way you increase your chance. And here on this web page only, you can log in to check the status of your submitted work. Every publication has their own designed web page. Moving ahead, APS. Now, one such publication, of course, you might be from chemistry, but we will talk about different aspects of publication that will be helpful to you. Again, a publication that started in 1899, physics and chemistry, any research concept, if you're looking for, you can start from here. It's again a very good publication. UGC Infonet eJournal Consortium covers it. aps.org for physics related it comes. Here we will talk about open access. You all know about, you must have heard about open access. In ACS, American Chemical Society, there is an entire journal that is open access, that is free to read. Of course, if you are not subscribed to it yet, make sure you read open access articles. Again, for APS, this star one is open access. Open access means every publication is taking efforts in freely giving content to the readers. Of course, the author has to pay to it. The publication funding agencies are there for paying, but the authors are freely reading that particular article. So this is, nowadays, to help scientific community, open access is a way to do that. Again, this is like 7.5, great impact factor. Journals and archive. Now, archive content is based in the subscription of particular publication. Especially when library is purchasing particular content as an e-resource, they can select the mode of archive. What is archive? They hold particular time frame of that particular publication. For ACS, for APS, PROLA is called the archive. Like for physical review series 1 and 2, entire content from 1893 to 1969 will come in their subscription. So archive is a model where particular time period is, covered in publishing. Moving ahead, American Psychological Association. Psychology is something that impacted so much in times like now, stress, lifestyle. Even if you want to read about those content about stress, APA is the right place to go. APA is American Psychological Association, founded in 1892 in United States. Another is award-winning platform. Here I want to highlight this advanced search option. In every publication, you will see a basic search option where, this, on clicking this blue button, it will open up, more filters will open up. That is how advanced search and basic search are different. In advanced search, filters will open up. There are different filters that can be utilized. And with that filters, you can define your search. See, so many articles are available. 50 lakhs of articles are available, but not related to you. Using advanced search option, this is an award-winning site of APA. Why? Because it helps in scrutinizing your search. Moving ahead, these are the topics. If you feel what are the topics covered and what can I find in APA, look for the journals and their topics that they cover to be assured while publishing that your article will be accepted or not. So again, apa.org is the publication website. Covers so much. Emotional health. If you just want to know information on emotional health, don't just Google and read random articles. In APA, you can find that authentic information to read just for the sake of having proper knowledge. Again, the database that APA covers, this publication also offers academic writer. This is also a tool. Like I said, look forward for the tools that are freely available to you to make use of that particular publication. APA tool for teaching and learning for effective writing. Now again, these are different databases that APA offers. A library would be more interested in knowing what are the database for purchasing. But let me just tell you that it contains millions of record and the coverage is from 1597 to present. That kind of publication you can always trust. We talked about impact factor, how it is calculated, and why publication rejects so many papers. The impact factor is calculated by Clarivate, measure of average number of the time articles from 2-year frame have been cited in the given year to citation captured in Web of Science database. Now in 2020, we saw 22, we are the running year, preceding year's impact factor will be released because it is calculated A upon B, where A is the times of articles, the number of times the article which is published were cited to the total number of review and research articles that is published. Now, let me tell you, this is how impact factor fluctuates. If you publish a paper in that particular journal, if nobody is reading your paper, reading and not referencing, citation is only about referencing. If nobody is referencing that particular article, the impact factor of journal will get reduced. That is why you have to write a very attractive paper so that people will read it, people will cite it, and that is how the impact factor will maintain. That is the struggle of particular journal in accepting a particular paper. AAAS is another such publication that we will talk about very briefly. Since 1848, it exists, and again, science and engineering related, everything is covered in AAAS, very prestigious journal. And whatever journal we are talking about will be indexed in Web of Science database. So that kind of, integrity and great data comes from this particular journal publications. Now science, the first one here is science. So science is premier weekly journal. Now weekly journal, it is available. So every publication has this way to stay connected with the community by giving news, commentary. If you feel like, just register yourself and read, so you will be more confident about what is happening in particular research area. So it will help you in finding your novel research idea as well. So science is the weekly journal. Science Advances, you can see Science Advances is gold open access journal. What we talked about open access, free to read. Now this entire journal is free to read. So if you don't have subscription to AAAS yet, every end user can go on AAAS and utilize Science Advances. All the articles will be open because it's a gold open access journal. Similarly, Science Robotics, Science Medicines, these are all subscription based journals. Moving ahead, yes, I have covered all the points. You can see science, we talked about the weekly journal. See the impact factor, great impact, 47 is the impact factor. And even Science Advances, the open access journal, the impact factor is 14.136. So this kind of, even if you're not publishing, if you're referring for your own research work, again, it will make great impact in your research. SIAM is mathematics related. In 1952, it started, and again, a very good journal, comes under the database of Web of Science. Again, analysis, differential, applied geometry. A web page is such beautifully designed. If you are hesitant that, okay, how mathematics will influence, will it be helpful? Just click, you can go on the website siam.org. Click here on applied geometry. The entire thing will come up, that what is applied geometry, science, mathematics impacted in science, that whole relation you can derive, and you can utilize this resource in writing your research paper also. It just adds to the reproducibility concept. It adds to the reproducibility. So again, chances of acceptance increases. These are different journals, 18 journals of SIAM. Again, a very good, decent impact factor, but it maintains the, it comes in the database of Web of Science. Moving ahead, this is the way to stay connected. SIAM News, if you just want to, subscribe to it or register yourself. Again, conferences. Every publication will have this section of conferences. Either they conduct the conferences and add conference proceedings. So most of the times it is available, bullet points are available, but these are the great way of interaction of like-minded people. Programs and resources, different programs and resources we talked about. This is the way of publication to stay connected with the community. Moving ahead, platforms. We talked about platforms exist. If you are from the social science and humanities subject area, on Project News, it started in 1995 with Johns Hopkins University, one of a kind award-winning platform because it covers everything, most of the thing that comes for humanities and social science, and every year after year it adds more and more journals. So Project News has 800 plus journals. It is associated with 125 publishers. Year after year it increases and has 80,000 books. So one subscription to this particular platform and the gateway to so many journals opens up. Now let me tell you, one must think that 800 journals accessing this platform would be difficult. No, very user friendly platform this is. Again, look at the advanced search option here. If you click on this advanced search, every publication has this advanced search where filters and Boolean search will come up. Boolean search is using and or none. This is the logical technical way when you use, because we'll talk about it. So this is how user friendly project news platform is, where you can browse, just add filters, use the filters if you're looking for article, if you want to know more about books. And here open access content is also available. So if you are not subscribed to it, again, all the journals has open access content, and on the platform as well you will be exposed to all the open access content in green. It comes in green, OA content. And if you're not subscribed to, so again there is one filter, only content I can see. So if you click on that filter, everything that you can see will only open up. Moving ahead, few more seconds, World Library. Now, World Library is one particular platform for ebooks, for online books. It covers everything and anything when it comes to books. Similarly, 1996, it was founded. It has largest collection of millennial books from 10th to 21st century and covers 2 million of primary source of ebooks. Digital remastered one and only, and also has books from top 50 libraries of North America. So if you cannot go to their library, in World Library you can find those ebooks. One such is you have to have subscription. Here there is nothing like open access or nothing. If you type database.world library, it will open up and they will ask you for payment. So World Library is one such platform where you have to have subscription to utilize this resource or explore the resource. This out of others, you have to pay and explore. But if you have subscription to World Library, you can get all the core subject area from chemistry to science technology to chemical, civil, electronics. I'm sure government degree college has these fields, so everything would be covered. Moving ahead, this is called Boolean search and advanced search. How advanced search filter of the search bar is there. When you will click for World Library, it is like this. Any title, author, publisher, make use of this. If you are typing, we talked about keywords, how precise you have to be while writing those keywords in your research paper. Because if somebody is writing keywords, if your paper is about that, but you have not written proper keyword, it won't come up. So make sure you have that keyword. Again, and or none. On the other side, this is called Boolean search. Boolean search helps you to do on one click 2 searches. As we talked, adolescents and youth both have same meaning. So you can write here adolescents and you can write in the below section. So with that, in 2 clicks, you will get all the article, meaning same, and using 2 keywords. Lastly, Edward Elgar, if you are anyhow interested in management, then Edward Elgar is one such publication that offers content related to management and law. It founded in 1986 and covers everything related to management, and again award-winning, one of a kind for management law related subject. This is the topic that it covers. Similarly, for every publication, you must invest your time in knowing what are the topics that it covers, so that you don't face any rejection. Also, it's very disheartening to get rejected. So know the topics that it covers. See, law related, but it covers environment, information, innovation, and technology. So these are the area that it covers, even sociology and social policy. So again, browse. These are the browsing section covers. It also has books and different, as till now you would get the hang of utilizing e-resources how you can do that. Some tips and tricks here and there. eAlgar is the website for that. And stay connected with Balani Infotech. This is our way of staying connected. We are very active on LinkedIn, on YouTube, but all the publications that we talked about are also on YouTube. SIAM is on YouTube, ACS is on YouTube. They post videos there. So definitely also on how to access those e-resources. In YouTube, it is available. ACS, be it ACS, they will guide you on YouTube itself on how to access by the, from the publication itself, you get it. Or you can reach out to us. I can also do that. nikita.vanjari@balaniinfotech.com is my email ID. Of course, we are 5 minutes late. So if you find any questions and queries, you can reach out to me on e-resources, on knowing more about e-resources. We can definitely stay connected. And with this, I can now see the chat box. I hope this was useful for you. Are there any questions? If there are, the participants can type in the chat box. Most of the time when we conduct this kind of session, it's more like a discussion than asking any questions. So just stay connected. This session is designed for you to make e-resources more user-friendly. Okay, I see somebody has typed. Okay, thank you. It's informative because in 1 hour I am on the go to cover all the important points. So I hope that with this I'll just thank you so much, Government Degree College, for giving me this opportunity. On net, of course, we talked about because I was the victim, all the mistakes I did. So that's why I know you should not do plagiarism check on freely available software. They will not be accurate because they don't have the database and they don't have the AI. So make sure you check from subscription based. Drillbit, if your library is subscribed to, then only you can access. So again, there are different competitors like Turnitin, Urkund. These are the famous names. As a scholar, I used to always get worried that what are the publications, when I give it to the editor, from where these publications are checking the paper. There are the famous softwares, Turnitin, Urkund, they only are the one that even publications are checking. And Drillbit is affordable and comparable to Turnitin. Thank you, the esteemed faculty who joined for this session, and the research scholar. If they are very new, I'm sure it will be helpful. Sometimes, in future, if you go, maybe this is not immediately helpful, but for the budding scholar, whenever they are using this session, will always come to their mind and things will become easier. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rakesh sir. Thank you.
Ma'am, one of the participants has asked for your email ID. Please share it again.
Yes, sir. Nikita.Manjari@Balani Infotech. At the same time, you can reach out to Balani Infotech's website. We have their contact us option. There you can share, contact us. And if it is connected to e-resources, they always direct that questions and queries to me. Also, if you feel that we can conduct similar sessions, if you want to know more in depth about ACS, I also conduct, online demo where we go on the website and we go how to, we invest more time in accessing the website so that when you are utilizing that resource, it's easier. We can also do that.
Thank you, ma'am, for such a wonderful session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Now I would like to request Dr. Pankaj Gupta to present formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Highly esteemed Principal, Government Degree College, Kathua, Professor Sumnesh Jasrotia, sir. Convener of this webinar, Professor Rakesh Singh. General Manager, Balani Infotech, Mr. Karan Doval, and Relationship Manager and Science Communicator, Dr. Nitika Vanjari. First of all, I would like to thank the convener, Professor Rakesh Singh, for giving me an opportunity to present formal vote of thanks. First of all, I would like to thank Mr. Karan Doval, General Manager, Balani Infotech, for such an informative talk on e-resources. Such type of e-resources are very beneficial at this time when the new education policy is going to implement in the J&K, and although throughout the country, and the research is very important component of that. So my thanks are due to Dr. Nitika Vanjari, who very nicely and explained all the parts of the e-resources, especially the how to check the plagiarism, how to publish the scientific journals. In Delhi, we are getting the emails from the different publishers to publish with our journal, but ma'am nicely explained that first of all, see the quality of your publication and the quality of that publication agency, and then send your papers. Ma'am, impact factors are also nicely explained by you. So you also explained the idea about how to write a good research papers. The interaction session explained by you through the quizzes is also a part of very important part of your speech. So I would like to thank once again to ma'am for such a nice lecture. So we expect similar type of collaboration from you in the future also, so that our faculty as well as the new student community who will be the part of the research as far as the new education policy is concerned may get benefit from this. So I would like to thank our principal of this institution, Professor Sumnes Singh Jisrotia sir, for continued motivation and encouragement for organizing such type of webinars. So I would like to thank the organizing team, whether it is from the Government Degree College Kathua Department of Chemistry from side or from the Balani Infotech side. I would like to thank all the members who directly or indirectly involved in organizing such a informative webinar and for the successful organization of this event. So with these words, I would like to thank all participants who spared their time and be the part of such a informative webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Look forward for more collaborations, and we can do time and again as every year new scholars join in. We can do every year and whenever required. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
With this, I'll end the session, and thank you everybody for joining. It was a pleasure. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you very much.